Hello everybody. I have a new video series idea that I really want to do for me. And it's all about helping me you could say integrate shame or relate to my shame in a little bit more of a healthy and intimate way. And I got this inspiration for this video series, and then I looked at the clock, and then I was like right about to start this video, and it was 1:11. And I literally haven't looked at my phone all day, basically. So I was like, okay, well, this is some more guidance. This is just a little synchronicity that, yes, follow your intuition, follow your inspiration. When it comes to this new video series idea, I wanna take part with you guys in, and that is getting in front of a camera. So every morning I've pretty much been doing my long meditation still. A lot of you might remember I did this 100-day self-connection experiment where I would meditate every day for 2 hours and then shoot a video after that, kind of just whatever, sharing my experiences with you guys. And I want to do that again, but I want to do it a little differently this time. I like the 2 hours, and I might adjust that. Sometimes I've noticed a 2 hour meditation is exactly what I need. And sometimes I've noticed I just maybe need an hour in the morning and then an hour in the evening, and to kind of work with the energy, listen to the energy, what it's needing. So I don't want to write anything like that in stone about the time periods of the meditations, but I do want to share with you guys my idea of this video series and what it is. And the premise is helping me to liberate myself from shame that has held me back from being my most true and authentic self. I think this is something that we are all, of course, working through. And feels like it's kind of an infinite process, right? The idea is after the morning meditation, or maybe after the evening one, whatever one I feel like when the time is right, to sit down in front of this camera with you guys and to just hit play and let it run. No matter what's coming through, one take. Maybe I could even, this idea is coming and I'm like resisting it already. I was like, maybe I could just do it live every day. So I like had to stick to these rules. But I'll think about that. But yeah, the thing is to just one take, no cutting it. Just what you see is what you see. Maybe I'll have an idea coming into it. Maybe I won't. Most of the time I really don't. Maybe I'll do some videos if I really need something to prop like an inspiration. I could just kind of pull a question off, like I do like a Q&A video and just go from there. But yeah, just to kind of get in front of you guys, very raw, very open, and you're gonna see the first take, which is scary for me to even say to you because sometimes, like on that 100-day self-connection experiment, even though I would shoot a video after my meditation every day, or sometime near when I finished, sometimes I'd wait until like the evening, until more ideas or whatever downloads would come in. A lot of times, actually, I would have to do like several takes. I know sometimes I'd have to do like 8 or 9 takes. I'd start, and I would just start judging myself. I would start judging what was coming through. And then I'd kind of just shut down. Like the shame would overwhelm, like my shame of this isn't good enough. No one's going to like me if they see me like this. Oh, what I just said right there was super unconscious or unawakened or whatever judgment I had about it, It would like shut me down and I'd have to pause and then delete the video and start over until I had one I really liked. So this video series is going to be less about kind of the results of how good the video is or whatever, and I'm kind of scared to even do this, which probably means I should just fucking do it, right? It's going to be more about just you guys seeing me in my true self, I'm gonna say things that I probably will look back on and be like, geez, that maybe that wasn't the most awake thing to say, and I could have went back and edited that out. But I think that would defeat the purpose of this. The purpose of this is for you guys to watch me in real time, liberating myself from my fears and my shame about being fully authentic in every moment, even if those moments don't reflect my highest self sometimes. Because a lot of YouTubers, we try to put out our videos sometimes, and this isn't always the case. I get super raw and emotional and show you in my darkness. I've done this a lot too. But a lot of times us YouTubers, we try to create videos that just show us in our highest light, our highest self, when we're in our highest flow state or something, right? When we're most connected to source. And that's beautiful. I think that's great to do. But for me right now, it feels very good and liberating to show up with you guys every day and just kind of fucking, you know what I mean? Like go live. Like if it's not live on YouTube, it'll be like the first fresh cut take. And I don't know what that's going to look like. The beautiful thing is sometimes it could be just sitting in silence, because sometimes maybe I won't have anything to say, right? I'll just push play and I'll be like, oh shit, I don't know what to say. And we'll just do some eye gazing together. Sometimes I might be super inspired and it'll just flood through me and it'll be easy, you know? And other times I might be in a really low state and disconnected from source, and you might get to see a different side of me. And I might be sharing a different side of me for the first time with you guys. And it's kind of funny how the ego will go, if you share that side of yourself in front of them, you're not going to have any more, you know, no one's going to book a session with you. People are going to unsubscribe. People are going to be turned off by that. And the beautiful thing is, like, even if something like that manifested, that's just a pathway to more liberation, right? A pathway to facing and sitting in your fear and in that shame of, like, and when I'll just use my last video, for example. I made this, I'll tell you guys how this came about, actually. It's obviously kind of a political video, but not really. It was more about how the universe is seeing the political scene. It wasn't more of a political opinion video. And there was some opinion in it. It was a totally different video than I usually make, right? Prior to that video, I was sitting down trying to make my usual video about how you can still be loving even if your heart chakra is closed. Like, this is a video I really wanted to make. I had this direct realization with a client, I think it came through, and I wanted to share that. But every time I would sit down to share that type of video, or to share a Kundalini video, or to do like a Q&A video on head pressure, or like, you know, brain fog, or the logical mind falling away, I would sit down to do those videos I always do that my ego's super comfortable doing, and the words were just dead. There was no energy behind them. There was nothing behind the words. Like, I didn't feel any descent of grace, which I usually do if I'm channeling something that is, if my personal will is surrendered and I've just given over this vessel as a conduit to like my higher self or the Divine Mother, that's when I'll feel that flow of grace coming through in my words. And there was none of that when I was trying to make my typical video that my ego feels really safe making. And that was hard for me because I was like, what the fuck? I want to make this video because I had this realization and I wanted to help people, but yet there's no energy behind the words. So I knew it wasn't going to have an impact. When you shoot enough videos, like I don't even know how many I've shot, a lot, you start to know you start to have this keen sense of this is going to have an impact based on the energy coming through you. It's not like what you're saying, you realize. It's where you're saying it from. It's the presence behind what you're saying. It's how authentic are you being in that moment. Like, I can get up here in front of you guys and be in a really low, uninspired vibration. But if I start talking about that, and I'm just raw and truthful with you guys, that resonates. That hits something deep, right? It doesn't really matter that I'm in a low vibration or whatever. Or high vibration. What we're looking for when we watch videos, I know for me at least, is like something authentic, something real, something true. I'm not sitting there judging what kind of state is this person in. I'm just resonating and relating to, oh yeah, I've been through that too. It's beautiful they're willing to share this with me in real time as they're experiencing it. And I'm gonna I'm gonna have to do that a lot with you guys and during this video series. I'm gonna have to get in front of you guys from maybe a lower place and just share about that. So anyways, what I was getting to is, yeah, it's the energy behind it. It's the presence behind the video. And I was just sensing like, the videos I always wanted to shoot, there was just no energy there. I was like, all right. And then I'm just going to be super raw here with you guys. One day I did this really deep, beautiful meditation. I felt really inspired in the flow. And I tried that kind of video again, nothing. I was like, what's going on? Then I sat down and I started talking all about politics and the energy behind the political campaigns and the energy behind a Biden vote and the energy behind a Trump vote and what this means and how this might play out and all of these different energies and you know what I mean. And I was just getting flooded with grace, like flooded. And I was like, what the heck? I don't talk about politics. I don't talk about world affairs in this way. I was like, God, don't you know that this channel is like not controversial at all? Don't you know that this is like just this super, you know, like it's just, I think for a long time my channel is just really sharing my personal experiences and not any type of opinions or getting involved in world affairs or anything like that, right? And so that was hard for my ego. And I actually deleted the first video that I shot about an energy update regarding the 2020 election because my ego was afraid of the feedback that I would get for posting a video like that because I knew it would trigger people. I was like, this is obviously going to trigger people. These are some strong, strong energies coming through that are going to have all kinds of effect. And my ego is always wanting to shoot the video that's like, everyone loves, it's a fluffy, love and light, non-controversial, super 100%, I don't want to say inclusive because every video is inclusive. It's not like nothing's in separation, but you guys get what I'm saying. That's the video that my ego, my character, has been so accustomed to making and feels the safest making. And this has been a trend in my whole life. I've never been someone who's been comfortable at all with rocking the boat, with speaking my truth, even though it's probably going to turn someone off. I would never dare to say anything controversial because of the shame that I would have to feel after. Like, that shame in me is so heavy that if I feel a rejection from someone, not so much anymore, I've worked through this so much, but I'm just talking about in my life growing up, that fear of rejection was so strong, it just kept me so small. And it kept me just saying the status quo things, what I thought other people wanted to hear, kept me acting in a way that I thought other people would like me if I act like this. And so I never could, my throat chakra for 30 years of my life was just completely shut. Every time my truth would come up to be spoken, I would shove it down and I'd just start shaking and I almost have an anxiety attack because it's like this energy wanted to come up and out, but my human was so afraid of if I say this, they're not going to like me anymore. And it's like the mind is a survival machine and it says, if they don't like you, if they don't accept you, you're going to die. You're going to die. So don't say this. Your survival depends on you fitting in. It's like that hunter-gatherer DNA or something, or genetics that comes through and says, like, when we start feeling a little bit of shame, the human in us will be like, fix this, fix this, fix this. Like, it was really a huge block for me to express anything controversial. That's what I want to get across to you guys. And so in this last video, when I was sitting there and I was getting flooded with grace and talking about fucking politics, like my ego was like super inconvenienced. It was like, dude, I don't want to, it was like, I don't want to talk about this because I don't want anyone to dislike me or to judge me for what's coming through. And so I deleted the first take. I just deleted it. And I felt horrible about it though. I really did. I felt like my heart hurt after it. And I was really confused. And so I had a session with one of my teachers. And this video is going long. I'm actually going to just start breaking this up into part 1 and part 2. I think that's a good start. I'm introducing the series. We're 15 minutes in. I'm just probably gonna make this a part 1, and then I'm gonna jump over to part 2 so the videos don't get too long. So awesome. I look forward to starting this video series with you guys. I love you very much. Namaste.